to thank you guys for 50 subscribers in 3 days. Honestly, in 3 to 4 days, probably like a week, I'd say. Yeah. So I promised you guys that if I get to 50, I am gonna start my first video with a Q&A, get to know me. On Instagram, I posted on my story and I posted on Facebook, and you guys pulled through actually. So instead of me reading them on my phone, I had to write them down because I'm using my phone to film everything, and I wrote it in my notebook. So there were actually 20 questions, but I took 15. So like I took some on both apps, and because most on the same app were like double, and then on the other app were like also double, so like yeah. So without me talking too much, let me start with the questions. The first question, and I don't like it, not that I don't like it, but I'm not used to it. So I'm used to, ever since I was just young, I was used to that name. So that's why 99% of you guys do not know my real name. It says, what's your real name? My real name is Noluthando. I will write it down here somewhere. My real name is Noluthando. I use Uthando because I'm used to that name. Ever since I was young, I'm used to that name. So yeah, I don't know if I should look here or look here. And then, why don't you have siblings? Not that I don't have siblings as such, just that my mother, I'm like the only child, and my father, it's me and my little brother. So yeah, not that I don't have siblings, I actually do. Are you a spoiled brat? How am I? I am not a spoiled brat. It's just that my mother can afford me, you know. She can definitely afford me. Anything I want, I'll get it, cause me one. How old are you? I'm 21. I'm going to turn 22 in a couple of months. Yeah. Do you have a crush? Ooh. This question, I got it on Facebook for sure. I got it on Facebook for sure, without a doubt. I got it on Facebook because I post a lot on Facebook about my crush. Yes, I do have a crush, and nothing hectic. It's just a crush. I will remain a crush. Nothing more or less. Literally. Are you still in a relationship? Yes, I'm still in a relationship. Someone asked me this other day, a few days ago, why do I have a crush when I'm in a relationship? Why do I have a crush when I'm in a relationship? It's like me crushing on Umusaki. Where am I gonna get him? Anyways, he also has a crush, and it's Uncle Waffles. So why does he have a crush when he's in a relationship with me? Oh, guys, you are. So yeah, I do have a crush. Are you still in a relationship? Yeah, I'm still in a relationship. What do you do for a living? I get this a lot. I really get this a lot because people be like, when every weekend you're going out, when you always have this, it's so expensive, when that. Guys, I live for a living. I definitely live. I know I don't post a lot about I'm an academic, and then school's not for everyone. School's different. Question: how often do you go to Groove? Child, I go to groove though. Yeah, I go to groove. Well, I go to groove. Yeah, I'm just gonna say that I go to groove. If you got me on app, you know. If you got me on Facebook, you know. If you got me on Instagram, you definitely don't know. But I do go to groove. How do you deal with the problems? I tell my mom. She's definitely my best friend. I tell my mom that I'm not okay, dog. Like, this is happening. How do you deal with this? And then she's like, no, you know, I don't deal with my problems by sleeping. It doesn't help because I'll wake up still having those problems. So I like better talk to someone about it. So I talk to my mom and tell her everything. Okay, not everything, but I tell her everything. Most times I tell my friend, there's a friend that I trust with my whole entire life, and she's definitely gonna be on the next video after this, and you'll see her. That's like basically my friend. I tell her everything, that oh, this is happening, and do you know when I have a problem, or like I'll post about like not being fine, she'll be like, come to my house, there's food, come to my house, there's alcohol. And you know, I've got such people in my life, so I don't know how do I deal with my problems, but I tell my mom definitely. How do you deal with people who make you mad or betray you or backstab you? I wouldn't say well, I don't talk to him anymore, and I'm very good with silence. I'm very good with ignoring you. Like, no, I just don't talk to him anymore. Because there's a few people that I don't want to mention that I actually don't talk to anymore because of reasons, and with their pride, they're definitely not gonna apologize, and I'm definitely not gonna say anything because I believe in apologies. I believe in you saying sorry, but like it must come from the bottom of your heart. You mustn't just say, oh, sorry, and then do it again. I mean, no, it doesn't work like that. So yeah, that's how I deal with those people. Do you have any friends that have your boyfriend's numbers, and how do you feel about it? I have a few, mostly on Instagram. Mostly on Instagram. Some of them don't talk to me anymore. It's just a long story. Some of them don't talk to me anymore for that. And some of them lied about having his number, and I found out, since I'm an observant person, like if I see something, I'll calculate that thing with something else that I saw, and then I'll put it together, and that's definitely me for you. So like I don't care at some points because I believe we're all humans, but don't lie about it. I'm not gonna do anything. If I ask you something, just be honest. I don't care about you. I care about what I asked. So, and I'm insabi, by the way, you guys. And I hate the fact that no one is trying to apologize, but they be stalking me on the stories on Instagram. Yeah. What happened to church? I still go to church. I'm lying. I still go to church. I definitely still go to church. Sometimes. Well, most of the time. I don't know. But I do go to church. Church is church. I don't know if your question is what happened to me being that at church, or what happened to me going to church. It's two-way. But I still go to church. Most definitely. What's my culture? I speak Zulu, but I'm closer. Traditionally. Closer. Okay, I might say I'm half Zulu, I'm half Xhosa. But traditionally, if your dad is Xhosa, that means you are Xhosa, regardless. Well, I was told that. I don't know. Don't come up on me. Please. Go on, full volume, go. Yeah. Don't come up on me, please. Second last question. Do you know? Do you have kids? I definitely do not have kids, child. I would be dead by now if I had a kid. I fear having kids than death. Believe me when I say that. The last question, how tall are you? I am 1.75. I was a 1.75 when I was still at, I don't know, I think in March, last year March, I don't know now. But the last time I checked myself, I was a 1.75. Yeah. And that's about it. Two questions that I was being asked, but I couldn't, like, they were too personal. Like, they were too personal. So I didn't feel comfortable writing them down and answering them. I'm even not gonna answer them anyways. So I just took those questions that I'm being able to answer than the questions that I was being asked that were too personal. I just couldn't. I am so sorry. I am extremely sorry that I couldn't answer those personal questions. But anyways, thank you guys for 50 subbies in a week. You guys really wanted me to post a video. I know. And